Hello, our last worksheet for today is going to be a little tricky. So we are going to do it together the best that we can. So the worksheet is number 18 and it's called Santa's Village, and it's about producers and consumers. So this past week we've talked about our needs and our wants. So things that you need are water, shelter, clothing, air, food, things like that. Things that you want are a new toy or a bike or a car or something like that. And then yesterday we talked about goods and services. So goods is something that you buy or consume, like food, and when you go to the grocery store that you buy it. And then services is something that someone does for you, which is like getting a haircut, getting a massage, or something like that. So today we're going to be talking about producers and consumers in Santa's Village. So a producer is someone that makes something to sell to other people. So like farmers are a producer because they are making corn or crops or anything that they grow to sell to other people. And the consumer are the people who buy those products. So like when you go to the grocery store, you're being a consumer because you're buying those products from the store. But the people who made those products are the producers, like the farmers. All right, so we're gonna kind of talk about that today and kind of try and figure out our worksheet together. So let's go over number 1 on the worksheet, even though it's already done. So the instructions are circle the producer, so the person who makes things, in each sentence. Underline the consumer, so the person who buys the things. And then we're gonna say what the good or the service is in the sentence. So for example, in the first one, Eli Elf baked cookies for Santa. So Eli Elf is our producer because he made those cookies. And the consumer is Santa because Santa ate those cookies, and the cookies are the good that was made. So if you look at that first sentence, Eli Elf is circled, Santa is underlined, and then they wrote the word cookies because that is what their good is. So number 2, Santa delivered toys to the children. So our producer is going to be Santa, so we need to circle the word Santa. And then because he made he's delivering the toys that were made. And the consumer, the people who are getting the good, are the children. So we're gonna underline children. So you're circling Santa, which is the first word in your sentence, underlining children, which is the last word in our sentence for number 2. And then our good, or our service, but it's going to be a good, are toys, because that's what the children are getting. So we're going to write toys, T-O-Y-S, in the box. So your paper should look like mine. Okay. And if you need to do it, just pause and then go on to the next one. So number 3, the mailman brought letters to Santa. So the mailman brought letters to Santa. So the mailman is your producer because he's the one that has the letters. So we're gonna circle the first 2 words in our sentence, the mailman. Brought letters to Santa. So Santa's the other person, so he's the consumer, so we're gonna underline Santa, which is the last word in our sentence. And our good or service is going to be letters. So L-E-T-T-E-R-S. So your paper should look like mine. Number 4 says, Rudolph ate the candy cane Ezra Elf brought him. So this one's tricky because they're trying to turn things around on us. So let's think of who the producer is. Let's read the sentence again. Rudolph ate the candy cane Ezra Elf brought him. So the producer is the person who brought something, which is Ezra Elf. So we're gonna circle Ezra Elf, which is close to the end of our sentence. And the consumer is the person who ate it or did something with it, which is Rudolph because he ate the candy cane. And that's the first word in our sentence, so we're gonna underline Rudolph. And the good or the service that Rudolph consumed was a candy cane. So we're gonna write in our box, candy cane, which is C-A-N-D-Y, and then C-A-N-E. So this is what your paper should look like. So we underlined Rudolph, circled Ezra Elf, and wrote candy cane. Number 5, the reindeer flew Santa across the sky. So the producer is kind of the person that's doing something. So the people that are, the thing that's doing something are the reindeer. So we're going to circle the reindeer, which was the first 2 words in our sentence. And they did this for Santa. So Santa is your consumer, so we're going to underline Santa. And the good or service, which it will be a service because it's something that they did, was fly across the sky. So we're just gonna say they fly. F-L-Y. So that's for number 5. Number 6 says, Eddie Elf painted a special doll for the little girl. So Eddie Elf painted a special doll for the little girl. So the producer is someone who did something, which was Eddie Elf. So we're gonna circle Eddie Elf, because that's the first 2 words, and he produced something, he did something. So circle Eddie Elf. And he painted a special doll for the little girl. So the other person in this sentence is the little girl. So she's the consumer, which are our last 2 words, little girl. And then the thing that he did, the good or the service, is painting the special doll, but we're just gonna put doll in the box. So D-O-L-L. And it should look like that. Number 7, Mrs. Claus patched Santa's torn sleeve. So the producer is someone who does something for someone else, and the consumer is the person who's receiving it or buying it. So Mrs. Claus is our producer. So we're gonna circle Mrs. Claus, which is the first 2 words. Circle Mrs. Claus in our sentence number 7. And the other person in our sentence is Santa, so he's our consumer. He's the one getting the service that's being done. So we're gonna underline Santa, which is at the start of the 2nd line. And the good or the service is like fixing his sleeve. So fix, F-I-X, his, which is H-I-S, and sleeve, S-L-E-E-V-E. So number 7 should look like that. And the last one, Emma Elf decorated the tree for her friends. So Emma Elf decorated the tree for her friends. So the producer is going to be Emma Elf because she did something for someone else. So we're going to circle Emma Elf. And she did it for her friends, so they're the consumer, they received something. So we're going to underline her friends, which is the last 2 words in our sentence, on number 8. And then what Emma Elf did was decorate the tree. So in the box, we are going to write decorate, which is a bigger word. So D-E-C-O-R-A-T-E. Decorate the, which we should know how to spell, tree. T-R-E-E. So number 8 looks like this. And that's all. We just did this whole worksheet together. If you have any questions, please let me know, but that is it for today.